If your home needs work, you might be thinking one thing: do I need to renovate before I sell? Because the last thing most sellers want to do right before moving is spend months managing contractors and pouring money into upgrades they may never get back. Here's the good news: you do not have to renovate your home to sell it successfully. But you do need to understand how buyers think, how pricing works, and how to position a home that needs work without losing leverage. Today, I want to walk you through how to sell your home without renovating, when fixing things actually matters, and how to avoid the trap of spending money on upgrades buyers may not even value. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Many sellers believe buyers only want perfect homes. That's not true. There are buyers for updated homes. There are buyers for move-in ready homes. There are buyers specifically looking for homes that need work. The key difference is expectation. Buyers don't mind doing work. What they mind is paying a finished home price for a home that still needs projects. This is where many sellers get stuck. They think the only way to compete is by upgrading everything. New kitchen, new bathrooms, new floors, new everything. But here's what actually happens in many cases. You spend tens of thousands of dollars renovating to your taste, and buyers still walk in thinking about what they would change. You rarely get dollar for dollar return on major renovations right before selling. Now let's talk about the smarter strategy. Instead of renovating emotionally, you position strategically. That means understanding which issues scare buyers and which issues simply affect price. There are three categories of repairs that every seller should understand. First category is deal breakers. These are issues that trigger fear: active roof leaks, serious structural concerns, major electrical hazards, water intrusion that looks ongoing. Buyers don't see these as projects. They see them as risks. Risk slows decisions and weakens offers. If a repair removes fear, it's often worth addressing. The second category is cosmetic wear. This is where many sellers overspend. Scuffed paint, older light fixtures, worn carpet, dated finishes. These affect perception, but don't usually require major renovation. Often small, inexpensive improvements make a bigger difference than full remodels. Fresh neutral paint, updated lighting, deep cleaning, simple hardware swaps. These changes improve first impressions without draining your budget. If this is helpful so far and you want more no-fluff tips on selling smarter in Richmond, hit subscribe right now. I post new videos every week designed to save sellers time, money, and stress. Now the third category is preference upgrades. This is where the renovation trap lives. Luxury kitchen remodels, designer bathrooms, custom-built features. When sellers do these right before listing, they're making design decisions for the next owner. And buyers rarely pay premium prices for choices they didn't make themselves. This is why selling without renovating often makes more financial sense. You allow the next owner to choose their upgrades while you price appropriately for their current condition. Now let's talk about buyer psychology. Buyers don't calculate repair costs the way sellers do. If something costs $5,000 to fix, buyers may mentally discount the home by $10,000. Not because the math is wrong, but because uncertainty adds emotional cost. Here's the interesting part. When buyers expect a home to need work, they evaluate it differently. They are prepared for projects. They just want the price to reflect the opportunity. That's why transparency and positioning matter. Instead of hiding imperfections, you frame the value. You highlight space, location, layout, lot size, natural light, or potential. Buyers looking for value will notice these strengths. Another mistake sellers make is assuming they must apologize for condition. You don't. Homes that need work sell every day in Richmond. Investors buy them. First-time home buyers buy them. Move-up buyers buy them because they want to customize the home over time. But those buyers only engage when the price matches reality. Now this brings us to pricing strategy. If you're selling without renovating, pricing alignment becomes even more important. You're not competing with fully updated homes. You're competing with homes in similar condition. So if you price correctly, buyers see opportunity. If you price like a finished home, Buyers see risk. The difference is subtle but powerful. Opportunity attracts, risk repels. Now let's address the emotional side of this decision. Many sellers feel pressure to renovate because they want their home to shine. They want buyers to be impressed. But remember something important. Your goal is not to win design contests. Your goal is to sell strategically. Sometimes the smartest financial move is doing less, not more. Especially when renovations would delay your timeline and add uncertainty. Now, let's talk about presentation. Even homes that need work should feel clean, open, and cared for. Clutter removed, furniture simplified, lighting improved, a deep clean throughout. Buyers will accept projects more easily if the home feels maintained. Mess creates doubt. Cleanliness creates trust. Now, this is where many sellers miss an easy win. Presentation costs far less than renovation, but often influences buyers more than sellers expect. Here's the mindset shift. You're not selling a finished product. You're selling a potential. Potential becomes attractive when buyers can clearly see what the home could become. That means removing distractions and letting the strengths stand out. Location, layout, lot, natural light, flow. These things can't be renovated anyway, and they often matter more than countertops. Now let's recap the strategy. You don't have to renovate to sell successfully. Fix issues that create fear. Improve cosmetic perception when it's inexpensive. Avoid expensive upgrades that reflect personal taste. Price the home according to its condition. Present the home cleanly and clearly. When these elements align, buyers see value instead of problems. And value creates momentum. If this video is helpful and you want more practical insight on selling in the Richmond market, make sure you subscribe. And if you're trying to decide whether to renovate or sell as is, DM me as is, and I will tell you what I would fix and what I wouldn't. Because sometimes the smartest move is not renovating at all. It's positioning your home correctly from the start.